Tonight on Southwest Local News. 7 men charged after investigation into illegal bike trails. A delegation from Southwest Victoria Alliance meets with Parliament. Demolition to make way for Hamilton's new library now approved. And in sports, South Warrnambool's Maggie Johnston makes her debut for AFLW.
Live from Silver Ball Studios in Warrnambool, this is Southwest Local News with Sharna Rogers.
Good evening and welcome to Southwest Local News. 7 men have been charged following the illegal construction of a bike trail network through rainforest, Otways and wildlife habitat in the Great Otway Ranges. The charges are the latest outcome from an ongoing operation by the conservation regulator targeting unauthorised trail building on protected public land in the Otways. The charges relate to alleged illegal trail bike riding and environmental damage within the Great Otway National Park and Otway Forest Park between July and November 2025. The men have been charged with offences under the National Parks Act 1975, Wildlife Act 1975, Flora and Fauna Guarantee Act 1988, Forests Act 1958 and the Land Conservation Regulations 2024. The offences include damaging native vegetation, damaging wildlife habitat and unlawful vehicle use on public land. A delegation from the Southwest Victoria Alliance took the region's concerns and wish list on how to solve them to the Victorian Parliament in Melbourne on Thursday. Alliance Chair and Southern Grampians Mayor Des Hesland was joined by Warrnambool Mayor Ben Blaine, Glenelg Mayor Councillor Karen Stevens and Corangamite Mayor Kate Macon. The four met with a range of senior ministers, including Treasurer Colin Brooks, Minister for Roads and Road Safety Paul Hammer, and Minister for Rural and Regional Development, Minister for Agriculture and Minister for Water Michaela Settle. The delegation also met with members of the Greens Party and the Coalition, as well as local members Jacinta Ermacora, Roma Britnell, Bev MacArthur, Richard Reardon and Joe McCracken.
Well, today we're at Parliament in Melbourne. It's a great opportunity with 107 days to go before the state election that we can put ourselves in front of politicians from both sides, or all sides rather, of the political equation in Victoria and just plead our case for the support that we need in our region. Yeah, look, our main message is around an ask for $1 billion regionally, spread across economic development, community projects and infrastructure, just to really enhance that livability that we need in regional Vic. Unless they hear it from us personally, I mean, they can only guess that it's a need. But no, it's been received really well, so we've been quite pleased. Yeah, look, a lot of councils work closely together, but in particular regional councils. I mean, our 5 councils share the same wants, the same needs, the same sort of people. So our message is a lot stronger. There's 79 councils in Victoria and, 5 of us are aligned in what we're asking for today.
Southern Grampians Shire Council has approved a contract variation to enable demolition works at 9092 Lonsdale Street to be safely completed. The budget needed to be altered when previously undetected asbestos contamination and underground structures were uncovered during the demolition phase of the project. Additional funding of $132,860 will cover the removal and disposal of contaminated material, specialist hygienist services and the removal of a previously unidentified fuel container discovered beneath the building's foundations. The money will come from savings over the next 12 months. Director of Infrastructure and Sustainability Marg Scanlon explained the process.
It's fair to say there's a lot of unanswered questions about the history of the site. We knew that the building stood idle for 15 years as a minimal, and we also knew that it operated before that as the hardware. I understand there was history on site before that in terms of other buildings, but no knowledge of anything further about those buildings or their construction methods, etc. We undertook preliminary investigations as best as we could on site in terms of trying to understand what was embedded within the building materials through the demolition, and that's a part of the demolition permit that we have to define as best we can. The contamination that has been removed was not visible, and it wasn't until we got to the point of removing the slab that we were able to identify the contamination. As indicated in the report, it was somewhat of a unique situation, but an indication, I would say, of the time that slab was built. So it was actually 2 levels of concrete slab with building rubble, including contamination between the two, which is quite unusual, but might be a sign of the times.
Warrnambool City Council has allocated its Community Development Fund for the next 12 months. The fund has included $141,000 to be shared by 35 community organisations. Sport, music, live theatre and mental health agencies are among the areas that were funded. Councillor Willie Benter praised the reach of the funding program.
These grants help these groups, helps fund community projects, equipment purchases, minor capital works, can help with community connection, inclusion and some of the creative projects. There's a lot going on there. Some of the successful applicants have been Mirravale Cricket Club with the Growing Girls Cricket, Let's Talk Foundation, some mental health and wellbeing workshops, Warrnambool Springers, some safety, pit for the gymnastics, an extensive list again. Well done to all the applicants at receiving funding. This fund, it helps build better communities and back to being part of Warrnambool and building a better Warrnambool and the fabric of the city. It's a great outcome again.
Port Fairy's reputation as a visitor hotspot has been enhanced with a gong at the Victorian Top Tourism Town Awards. Held on Wednesday night in Traralgon, the awards ceremony included the presentation of the Silver Award to Port Fairy in the Top Tourism Town category. Mayor Councillor Jordan Lockett, Deputy Mayor Myra Murrahy and CEO Mark Everstein and Economic Development and Tourism Coordinator Joe McKenzie accepted the award. The other Southwest towns to be acknowledged on the night included Port Campbell winning bronze in the Tiny Town category and Camperdown taking home bronze in the Small Town Award. Pedestrians in Warrnambool's Industrial East will have a safer path to commute on. Warrnambool City Council has completed its 1.7 kilometre footpath, which links Merivale Drive and McMeekin Road, Albert Street and Braithwaite Street. The works represent Council's largest footpath project in 2 decades. The new footpath was a $533,000 project and was jointly funded by the Council and the Australian Government via the Active Transport Fund. Flagstaff Hill is set to be fired up this weekend. On Saturday evening, the venue will host the annual Fire Night. This event, which will be held for the 4th year, encourages the public to rug up and embrace the positives of the cooler months, including earlier sunsets, comfort food and warm fires. The event is from 5 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. with an array of food trucks, live music and fire pits, perfect for toasting marshmallows. Tickets to Fire Night are $10 for adults and $5 for children aged 5 to 18. Children under 5 are free. As this is a special event, there are no free local ambassador tickets.
Well, this is the 4th year we will be running Fire Night at Flagstaff Hill. It's always a really lovely event, great for families, very relaxing, a lot of great food, winter warming drinks. It's just a great opportunity to grab your family and friends and come and toast a marshmallow, have a hot chocolate, grab a drink at the bar or some nice hot food from one of our food vans as well. People in Warrnambool, if it's raining, they still go out. If it's really cold, they just rug up and get out and enjoy the outdoors, so it's really great. We always have people visiting all year round. If you're on holiday, it doesn't really matter what the weather's like, but it's really great to get the space activated, even when it's a bit chillier. You can put on a warm coat and stand next to a nice warm fire and still have fun.
The Southwest Printmakers exhibition is on its run home. The exhibition, entitled Impressions, began on July the 22nd and will come to an end this Sunday, August the 16th. The exhibition is showing at the F Project in Timor Street. It is open each day from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with free entry. F Project artist and volunteer Shari Nye said it was worth the visit.
This is the Southwest Printmakers exhibition. So it's a collective of printmakers all working in different styles of printmaking. The amount of artists, I think there's about 7 or 8 different artists. So as you can see, there's lino cuts, there's silk screening, and there's etching, all sorts of printmaking, yeah.
The Melbourne International Film Festival arrives in Warrnambool tonight. Warrnambool has been chosen as a satellite location for the festival, with movies running at the Capitol Cinema until August the 23rd. Wicker, starring Olivia Colman and Peter Dinklage, will open the Warrnambool leg of the festival tonight with a doubleheader featuring Hard as Puck and The Fox on Saturday. Football fans will be catered for on Sunday with the screenings of Footy Shorts, which includes 5 short documentaries about Australia's national sport. To round out the weekend, the comedy thriller Dead Man's Wire will screen on Sunday evening. The Southwest Dairy Ladies Luncheon was held yesterday, reaching a milestone of 20 years. Fitzmedia was there and caught up with special guests Melbourne Cup winning jockey Michelle Payne, Emmy-winning journalist Sarah James, and member of the event organising team Liza Fay.
Really important. To be honest, I love listening to the other stories. I think that dairy farmers especially are one of the strongest people in the world, because the resilience they have to have. So to be a part of that room and to share my story and hope any part of it can help them to hold their strength in tough times is, it's hard to measure. It's just really, really special. I was very fortunate to have Sarah James here helping me through and navigating the story, because it's very, very humbling to stand up in a room of women like that and tell my story, but I hope that any part of it can just help them in any way.
Oh yes, Michelle has inspired me. When I heard that she won, I was not at the race, but I was so excited. I was, pumping my fist in the air with joy, and when I heard her interview, I was really inspired, because she really is somebody who worked hard for that win and who has continued to inspire women, and I really celebrate that. Definitely a fangirl moment for me, for sure. And I also think, for me in my industry, there were women who were trailblazers, and they really showed what was possible for women to get into the industry. I think what Michelle did was to shine a spotlight that went far beyond racing. It really inspired women around the world about what's possible. The Michelle Payne effect shows what impact she's had in racing, but it goes well beyond that. She's really someone who not only is a great jockey, but she really lives her life in an admirable way, and that's what makes her an Australian icon.
It's a really important event for dairy women like myself to get the opportunity to get off the farm and network with other women, like-minded women, and just catch up and just check in on each other, and but also picking up on some wonderful tips for our own life and how to manage the tough times as well as the good times, and enjoy things. It is a lot of work leading into the event, but it's amazing on the day. The whole team, the committee get behind the event and do their little piece. They all fall into place, and I'm really appreciative for their work. We've had some great speakers today. So this morning we heard from Beck Couch about menopause and perimenopause and how to look after ourselves better, and look for the signs for menopause, and get some help when you need help, as well as this afternoon hearing from Michelle, interviewed by Sarah James. She's fantastic. She's a lovely lady, and been a real advocate for women, and certainly inspired me to get out and stand up for myself, and be a part of the men's world as much as we can, and prove that we can do it just as good as the guys.
That's all in general news, and after the break we'll return with sport and weather. Back shortly.
Hi, I'm Roma Britnell, and I'm your local Member of State Parliament. Together we can make the South West Coast an even better place to live. But I need you to let me know what's important to you. Only then can I truly understand your aspirations and be the best representative for you. Feel free to drop into my office and share your thoughts with me. I'm also online at romabritnell.com.au or catch me on social media. I'm here to work for you. Let's make it happen and let's make a difference.
Lava Street Veterinary Clinic on Raglan Parade is a caring, family-run clinic offering exceptional care at affordable prices. We're the only clinic in Warrnambool dedicated to small animals: paws, feathers, scales and fins. For over 40 years, our family tradition has been our commitment to your pet's wellbeing. With a purpose-built facility and the latest technology, we provide gold standard care. From community de-sexing days to special offers each month, experience the difference at Lava Street Veterinary Clinic.
At ASAP Local Plumbing, we know that when it comes to your home or business, you need a team that gets the job done right the first time. From expert hot water system installations to full septic tank and drainage solutions, we handle the heavy lifting so you don't have to. We're your go-to, trusted professionals for water quality and filtration. Get in touch today to book a quote or visit our website. ASAP Local Plumbing, your local plumbing experts.
Tonight's sport is proudly brought to you by Nutrient Ag Solutions, Warrnambool and Timboon. Getting the most out of your farm. Contact the team today.
Welcome back, and first making news in sport. South Warrnambool's Maggie Johnston will make her debut in the opening round of the AFLW this weekend. Johnston will line up for Essendon against the Brisbane Lions on Sunday at Windy Hill. Johnston was picked up by the Bombers at pick 10 in the 2025 draft. Already held in high regard by the Bombers, a standout pre-season has fast-tracked Johnston's elevation to the senior team. A blockbuster game will bring the Warrnambool and District Senior Football home and away season to an end tomorrow. Top of the table, Allensford will host second-placed Russells Creek. While neither team can move from their ladder positions, no matter the result, the game is still set to be fiercely contested. Allensford coach Tim Knoll said his team would be putting its best foot forward and holding nothing in reserve.
Yeah, it's just another game of footy, that we've got to approach with the right attitude. Like, we're not going to turn up on Saturday and just think, win or lose, we're going to finish on top of the ladder. Like, the boys, we discussed it on Tuesday night. They're up and about, and, we'll continue playing our brand of football that we've played all year and going with the same attitude that, you've got to play your best 4 quarters of footy and to get the win. So, yeah, there won't be any surprises from us. We're just same as we've been all year.
And do you think it's actually pretty timely, though, that you're going to have a week off, which is always good, but it will be good to have a really hard game under your belt as well ahead of that week off?
Yeah, I think it's been a really good preparation going in the finals, like old Collegians last week. They took it up to us and it was a good hit out. And then obviously we know Russells Creek are a quality outfit. So again, you're going to have a good hard hit out. And yeah, we'll be telling the boys that tonight, you crack in, we have a red-hot dip on Saturday, and then, we've got the week off to recover. But definitely, as I said, we won't be changing nothing. It'll be same attitude, same sort of team stuff we've had all year to go into Saturday.
Hampden League Senior Football Premiership contender Koroit will know that they cannot take the foot off the pedal tomorrow. The Saints travel to Port Fairy to take on the Seagulls in a clash of traditional rivals. While the Saints start clear favourites, they will remember round 8 when they trailed late in the third quarter before a burst, including 5 goals from Sam Dobson and 42-point winners. The Saints have to win to maintain third place, while the Seagulls will be hoping to win their 4th game of the season. South Warrnambool will have a home ground advantage when it aims to keep its season alive tomorrow. The Roosters will take on Portland with a loss damaging their finals ambitions. They sit a game outside the top 5 behind Portland and Warrnambool. The Blues will play Terang Mortlake, and if they cause an upset and the Roosters lose, that will be a season end for South. The Roosters lost the corresponding game against Portland earlier in the year by 32 points. That's all in sport today in Warrnambool. Light winds throughout the day and a top of 14 degrees with up to 5 millimetres to fall. After a short break, we'll go through the forecast for the rest of the region. Back shortly.
Hi, Ben Cunnington here. When it comes to looking after my property, there's one place I trust, Bell's Garden Centre. They stock ride-on mowers from Ferris, Ariens and Country Clipper, plus small power equipment from Victor, Super Swift, Echo, Shindaiwa and Greenworks. With over 60 years combined servicing experience, they'll keep your gear running right. And it's not just machinery. Bells have everything for your garden, from giftware and pots to bird baths and concrete features. They even deliver anywhere across the southwest. So if you want the best for your yard, head to Bell's Garden Centre. They've got you covered.
We use the Ridley team, make a phone call, I guess high quality advice. We tend to have 6 weekly visits from the team where we do a full farm walk and herd health check. They check in on production and the feeding rate. It's something I don't have to worry too much about because I'm always comfortable that they will have it under control.
The feed that comes out of Ridley's fully confident every day of the year that it's high quality grain or pellets.
Are you struggling with that creative endeavour? Are you struggling creating cool digital art? Keep gluing your hands to a friend of yours? Are your 3D prints never turning out just the way you want them? Well, One Day Studios might be the place for you. Your one-stop shop for learning, creating and turning your ideas into a reality. You can have access to everything One Day Studios has to offer. Professional heat press equipment, 3D printers ready for your next design, high-quality cameras and lighting setup. Whether you're brand new or an experienced maker, start creating with One Day Studios.
B&B Furniture Plus now stock a range of adjustable beds. They have mobility aids to help you live your life to the fullest and lift chairs for the best in comfort. B&B Furniture Plus is locally owned at 203 Lava Street, Warrnambool.
Tonight's weather report is proudly brought to you by Anchor Point Retirement Village. New homes are being built now. Book a tour today.
Welcome back. Temperatures warming up for the weekend with a chance of showers across the weekend, clearing towards Monday. Now to the forecast. First up, in Port Fairy tomorrow, a cloudy day with only 1 millimetre to fall and light winds, with overnight temperatures falling to 3. The rain will be clearing out for Sunday with a chance of fog in the morning and light winds. And for Monday, some exciting news with a top of 17 degrees and a mostly sunny afternoon. Over to Mortlake tomorrow, a cloudy day with a top of 14 degrees, partly cloudy for Sunday with patches of morning fog, overnight temperatures dropping to as low as 2 degrees. Temperatures are to increase for the beginning of the week on Monday and Tuesday. Around the Colac and Camperdown region tomorrow, a top of 14 degrees with light showers. Sunday, a partly cloudy day with a top of 15 and light winds. And Monday, a partly cloudy day with a top of 17 and a chance of morning fog. Over to the coast tomorrow, a possible shower topping at 13 in Port Campbell. For Sunday and Monday, no rain. Sunday winds will be approaching for the east and becoming lighter in the middle of the day. Starting off the day, frosty on Monday with a mostly sunny afternoon and winds approaching from the northeast, topping at 15. Home to Warrnambool tomorrow, top of 14 degrees with a medium chance of showers and light winds. On Sunday, a partly cloudy day and a chance of morning fog, and to start off the week, a mostly sunny day with a top of 18 degrees. That's it from your Southwest Local News team, and thank you for tuning in, whether that be on podcast, online or on 3-Way FM. If you missed any of the bulletin, you can watch it back on demand at southwestlocalnews.com.au. Until Monday, have a great and safe weekend. Good night.